Buckle up, Buttercup. Live from Gloucester, Massachusetts. Podcasting around the world. You're listening to the GloucesterCast podcast, a production of Joey Shimataro and Good Morning Gloucester Media. Kick back, relax, and enjoy the show with your host, Joey Shimataro, and his crew of merry castaways. No piping plovers will be intentionally harmed in the production of this podcast.
Good morning, Gloucester. We're live from
Cover up, Joe.
Oh.
Jesus.
got my robe on, nice and cozy.
You really dressed up for the new mayor, Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
You gotta feel comfortable here, right? It's all about comfort.
All rise. Does
You
the first lady have the wave down yet?
I'm working on it.
Working on the
The
way.
wrist is sore from practice.
This is GloucesterCast 540.
Yeah.
540, and
Somewhere around there.
It is January 2nd. We are joined by a first. Oh, we do have a podcast version, so we can play our game.
Oh, we like games.
Podcast version, Kelly Verga.
Yes.
Or do you go by Kelly Martin Verga? Is it
No, that's just
Facebook
Facebook.
thing?
Yeah.
Facebook.
Facebook world.
Okay. Mayor. We don't say mayor-elect anymore. We say Mayor Verga. Congratulations. Chris McCarthy's with
Good
us.
morning, Gloucester.
Jimmy Dalpiaz.
Happy New Year, Gloucester.
Camera 2.
Oh, nice, Jimmy.
Pat Dalpiaz is manning the comments over there.
Nice transition, Jimmy.
Back row,
Wow, Jimmy.
Paul Gamber.
Good morning, Gloucester. Sporting my entering Gloucester Harbor T-shirt from yesterday
Fresh
Nice.
off after his first
Lobster
polar
trap.
plunge.
Lobster trap.
from Enza. Yeah, from Enza.
And Scotty Mack, fresh from Minglewood last night.
Fresh. Well,
Good morning, good evening, good Thursday, Sunday.
Thursday.
Nobody knows what day of the week it is.
Scotty's eyes are
What
bleeding.
year is it, Scott?
Yeah.
Bleeding.
That's what happens when, don't worry about what I'm doing.
Oh, all right.
I'm
We
okay.
gotta record that for the ringtone.
We're going to get it
We're
done.
gonna do ringtone. What would your ringtone be? Like if you had your voice, what would your saying be? Like
My catchphrase?
Yeah.
It'd just be, hello, this is Greg.
so there
In
you
the
go. So
FM
we record
voice.
that.
In the FM voice.
Yes.
Did anybody think about that? What would your ringtone
I
be?
didn't think about it.
I have to poop. I
No
have
one-
to
Like
poop.
a drilling
I have
sound.
to poop.
Go Steelers.
Go Steelers.
A drilling sound from a tooth drill.
Mine's, I have to poop. I have to poop. Move.
I
Move.
want to point out that the brand new mayor of Gloucester's first official order of business was to come to GMG podcast this morning.
I know, but he forgot his bathroom. So
I know,
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Well, we all
told
did.
that.
We all did.
Only one of us.
Thank you for
remembered
being
that.
here.
Yeah. Thank you.
So yesterday you had something probably more important than not. Your inauguration was yesterday. How did that go?
That was great. Seamless. Very different than past inaugurations because of COVID. I mean, my quick count, I was just telling before you went on live, probably less than 50 people in the whole room.
Yeah.
But, we had to play it safe. But we still kept to the same program. I mentioned in the last time, John Jerome came, did the national
nice.
anthem,
Nice.
played my favorite song, Here Comes the Sun.
He was great.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he was
Oh,
excellent.
okay.
We had originally we had the Docksiders booked and the ROTC booked because of the cutbacks in terms of people.
Mm.
I had the kids stay home, so John filled in on the bookends doing music, incoming and outgoing.
Yeah.
So John played that song on Wednesday night at the Rum Line in preparation for your inauguration.
Oh, really?
And he gave you a nice shout out. And he says, when the mayor calls, you got to do it. It's the most difficult song to learn how to play. And as a musician, I'm sure you can respect
Oh, really?
that.
Yeah.
But
I've got most of it down, but I certainly can't sing it.
no, do you play guitar as well as bass?
Yeah.
Pat, do we have a shot of that to put up?
We do.
He's like, uh-oh.
Oh, there it is.
Oh God, yeah, that's talent show. That was our first date. It was right after that evening.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
Oh, that's
really?
cool.
That's funny.
The
Everything from
waves.
musicians.
you know, musician always gets the hot
Yeah,
girl, right?
yeah.
No.
So you were a groupie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was Paul. Who came up with the name The Waves?
It was actually Brian Parisi because
Brian
we
Parisi,
originally
okay.
we didn't have a name because we signed up for the talent show. because I signed all our names in order.
Glass forwards.
They kept calling it the Greg Berger Band because I was the first one.
Okay.
And so everybody was pissed. So so Brian said, "You're now the Majestic Wave." And then it's like the Beatles, the Silver Beatles shortened to the Beatles. We shortened it to the Wave like, months later. But it was Brian.
Very nice. Very
That's
nice.
cool.
And
Where was
what
this?
year was this and where was this?
That was 85.
85.
Oh,
Gloucester-
May-
was
May
that
10th.
Gloucester High?
That was our junior year, yes.
Junior year.
Right,
Oh,
May 10th.
May 10th, 1985. Wow,
Oh,
you
hey,
remember.
Gloucester High.
Wow.
Well, it was our first date,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
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 Wait, that looks like Back to the Future.
It was the right
The
year.
scene from there.
It does look like, you know, you're right.
We
Oh,
would've-
look, he's got the parachute pants on.
Oh,
Remember
yeah.
that was
Yeah, those
big
are great.
back then.
With the
Yeah.
spot built.
I still have that shirt.
That
I don't have the pants, though.
is-
That is unbelievable.
This coffee's too hot, Joe.
Oh, he's trying not to.
So just to
Pat, you
give
can
it-
take that.
So left to right, we got
Okay.
GJ Biod,
Yeah.
Paul Branchione, myself, Peter Favaza, and a drummer. I don't know if you can really see, but Keith Linquata is Louis Keith is
Linquata,
back.
wow.
Who was the drummer?
Keith Linquata.
Okay. Yep.
Very, very cool.
And who was in the middle?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Peter Favaza.
Peter Favaza. No, that's Pete Favaza. Yeah, with
Okay.
glasses.
And is that his son who plays? the-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. He was at the Beauport.
Jack.
Wow, that was nice.
See the
You
connection?
pulled
Jack
that.
Favaza.
That's
Wow.
good.
Hey,
Jack
Jack.
Favaza.
Nothing wrong
Good
with
call.
those synapses.
Yeah,
Going
geez,
like
my
it
brain.
today.
Geez, my New Year's
Yeah.
resolution's working already.
He got so decimated New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
He bailed out on the polar plunge.
There we
Oh,
go.
that's
I
I
did.
gotta say something.
I did.
Big demerit.
I
Huge
know.
demerit.
Big demerit.
I know.
We voted
Yeah, did he
yesterday.
wear his,
We voted
Joe
yesterday that he was
Fish
supposed to wear the whale tail.
I already
Speedo,
wore it.
and he reneged on that,
Oh,
so he got a double demerit.
double the
Jimmy Dalpiaz went through when he got the demerit for not playing for who's the musician?
John
John
Popper.
Popper.
Blues
When we
Traveler.
asked him to play for John Popper asked him to play for him, he refused.
Yes.
He got the demerit, and he
The
took
story
his
keeps
punishment
He did take
Of-
his punishment, and we
of-
waxed his
of
chest.
waxing his chest live.
And to this day, it's still one of the most notoriety. What's the
Yeah.
notable podcast?
Yes.
Well, as the demerit, the new mayor can assign me a task
Ooh.
for a day
Ooh.
in
day?
Gloucester,
Oh,
or
great.
maybe 10 minutes.
How's
So
how's
the-
the sewage plant doing?
I was thinking the dog park. Volunteer. Poop
I'm good at
pickup.
that. I have
Yeah.
2 dogs, so
All
I'm
right, well,
good
you
at
can do the
picking
whole
up.
city for the day.
The whole city.
Just tell everybody, hey, don't worry.
There's
If you
no
come in
poop.
with your dog, don't pick up.
Yeah, there's no
You could
poop.
stand you could stand on the circle with your fish print underwear and say, "Welcome to Gloucester."
Oh, I'm glad,
Love
Craig.
it, love it, love it, love it.
Craig Kimberly, I'm glad that you're with us because I want your take. Pat, do you have Craig's email address?
I don't think I do.
Correct.
I can look it up.
Okay.
Well, Pat's looking that up. I just want to say.
I just
sorry,
want
go ahead,
to
Joe.
give her what I'd like her to do. So, Craig, Boston Magazine did a top 12 roast beefs in the Boston area, and Kelly's roast beef was one of them. So, if anybody's had Kelly's roast beef, it's like gray, dried out beef, and
Oh,
there's
shit. I thought you never bash anybody.
Yeah.
We never bash
because
anybody.
they're not in Gloucester,
Yeah.
and they're terrible. And they're overpriced.
Yeah.
And they did not mention Jamie's roast beef or modern roast beef.
Well, they haven't been there yet.
So, well, what I'm saying is, I want
How about
Craig.
Supreme?
I want,
Boston doesn't know roast beef.
but I want
Oh,
Craig to chime in. Send him the link to join the podcast so he can review that list. All
Can
right.
we get back to the polar plunge for
So-
1 second?
Yeah.
Just so Kelly knows, so Craig is the administrator for a roast beef page on Facebook.
Yeah.
He's really into roast beef, apparently.
North
roast
Shore
beef
Beef.
page.
Have you seen it?
No.
They do
Right.
roast beef. All these guys do self-submitted roast beef reviews, and they get really. I mean, it's a shtick, but they like it's a little bit offensive and
A little bit
Yeah.
offensive. Very competitive.
Boston doesn't know roast beef. Look where he went.
yeah, but no, he means Boston Magazine. But yeah, the Boston area knows roast beef because it's a regional thing. Outside of like New England, like down south, my friends from Florida come up here. If we bring them to Nick's and they have one, they freak out because they don't have anything like it anywhere
Yeah.
else.
They have chicken and waffles, but that's another story.
Chicken and waffles, man. I got to tell you something. We went to the Friendly Toast.
No, I was gonna
Oh,
say,
yeah.
The Friendly
I
Toast,
wanted to go there.
which is the former Applebee's
Yeah.
by the Liberty Tree Mall
Oh, yeah.
entrance. And I had the chicken and waffles, And now I've had it down south. I've had it at various other spots, but that's one of my go-tos. If it's on the menu, put the menu down right away. Go get the chicken involved. It was tremendous, Joe. Huh?
I agree
I
with
think
you.
the Friendly Toast. I think that they're headquartered somewhere out of the south.
Is
If
that
I
right?
remember correctly? Yeah. I'll have to do some research.
Yeah, Portsmouth is a wonderful Friendly Toast. The decor in the building, the way they design is real funky, real retro.
Yeah.
That's our
That's what I like
favorite
about these.
Cigarcha.
It's got the authentic. I remember on The Simpsons, they had the crazy crap on the wall. That's what.
Yep.
Whereas the one in was it near the
Burlington.
it's just like wallpaper of crazy crap. So you know what I mean? It's not authentic.
legit.
Can we
Yeah.
see future mayor's office designed as the Friendly Toast?
Well, I've got some crazy crap
He
I'm
does
bringing
like
in.
crap.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually have my base in my car. I'm going to be hanging in my office. So one of my bases.
Oh, very cool.
But the resident vegan is a big fan of the Friendly Toast.
Do they call it?
Wait a second. Back up.
Yeah.
Back up.
I knew this was going to be
Yeah.
a problem.
Everybody has to stop right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
You're
gonna
telling
say-
me that she's a vegan and she's been here for 15 minutes and she hasn't mentioned that she's a vegan?
I wasn't gonna
That's
say
like the
anything.
first ever.
Yeah.
The first vegan.
I knew it was going to be a problem because I've heard your the questions that you asked, which you're, and I know they're all like meat related. And I was just like, please don't do those questions.
Oh, this
We
is
can skip
unbelievable.
all that.
No, because usually, like a vegan, the first thing they have to beat into your head that they're vegan.
No.
Where
You
is
do-
Mike
you do
Forget
you.
from over
It's
the-
fine.
She's
Oh,
not a
I'm
militant.
I'm fine with it. Yeah,
not a
no,
militant
it's
vegan.
fine.
A militant.
I would, Scotty, I would be remiss.
If
I didn't.
you mentioned
The
veganism.
no, the podcast virgin.
Oh,
Questions.
podcast virgin.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I can't. I don't know if I can answer those because aren't they
If they're
meat
meat related.
related?
No, it's
No,
not,
no,
not at all.
related?
It doesn't
Oh,
have to be.
okay,
It doesn't
okay,
have to be.
Well,
okay.
here's
It's
the
all
deal,
about
though.
you.
You're on death row, so you can do. You don't have to be a vegan anymore if you don't want to
If
be.
you don't want to be, but maybe she does. So we don't want to. We don't
We
want
don't
to
wanna-
influence.
I don't know that I'd be
No.
hungry on death row, but
We
So
just
thi-
talked about that yesterday.
we
Actually.
did.
So this is a two-part question,
Okay.
and the two-part question is: you place yourself on death row,
Mm-hmm.
and the warden comes in. Tomorrow is your day.
Yeah.
We can get you a meal from any restaurant anywhere in the world. Has to be a real restaurant, not home cooked.
Okay.
What is the meal from which establishment? And again, not home
It
cooked.
has to be an
That's
actual
part one.
place. I really, really like Life Alive, and they have like
In Salem.
yes.
My daughters, we go there.
Oh, I
it's
love Life Alive.
unbelievable.
The Green Goddess Bowl is great with avocado.
Unbelievable. We love that place. As a matter of fact, like they're sleeping right now. Like that's our go-to
Yeah.
when I pick
I
them up.
wish we
If I
had
tell
one
them
in
we'll go
Gloucester, but
there,
yeah,
if they
It's
came
great.
to Gloucester, they
Be
would
awesome.
crush it.
Yeah, they would for sure.
I would love to see them at one of those empty stalls up at Gloucester Crossing, even
Yeah,
downtown.
yeah.
Did you hear that? Life Alive.
Yes.
Life alive. Yeah.
I have reached out to them actually.
Oh,
Okay,
really?
so that's
Maybe the mayor can get him here.
Yeah, there you go. The
Wow.
business. What is it? The community development.
Community development. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be the first thing on the agenda. Is
Get a life alive here. But we do have
No
these,
nepotism.
we have
Happy
some
wife, happy life.
some healthy options now. Now that we have breakwater pokey,
Yes, love
Yeah,
that place.
yeah.
That's great.
castaways,
Yep.
Sure.
and show nutrition. So we have stuff that we can go to that it's not going to decimate our diet.
Bravo.
Bravo pizza. Well, Kate, we'll get to this.
oh, and I did
afterwards.
ask her last time I was on about. She says they do have vegan cheese.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
They have vegan
did say
and
that.
gluten-free dough, which we got a gluten-free pizza the other day, and Kate's. It was Kate's, and I
Really?
tried it. It was excellent. Yeah, so you can get a gluten-free
I'm gonna have
pizza.
to
there.
try
That's
that.
great.
My doctor told me I should start eating more gluten.
Yes.
Less gluten.
Eat more gluten.
But
That's
no
like
excuse to miss
like
the
bring
lunch.
bringing perishables to the open door thing, like I said last week.
Yeah.
Bring your perishables.
Yeah.
All your rotten fruit. Clear out all your rotten fruit out of your fridge.
Yeah.
Thankfully, somebody corrected me. Part two, death row sub. What would your sub be?
I'm not a big sub person.
Well, you should get the.
Could be
I
a
like
salad.
I like the I guess it's kind of like a sub that they have at Bishko. You know, like it's wrapped up in bread. Does that count as a sub?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
Just anything with veggies.
There you go. All veggies.
Sorry, I'm
I had
I
Bistro
know.
the other
You
day.
don't have to. You do not have
It
to
is really good.
apologize at all. Don't apologize.
No rare beef in there.
No.
I'm no, but like this is the kind of vegan there needs to be more vegans out that don't beat it into
Mike
your head.
Forget. Over
You
the
eat
bridge.
whatever
All
you
day
want.
long.
I'll sit with you while you eat a steak. It's fine. I have no problem
See,
with that.
that's the attitude. I love that. That's fantastic.
Actually,
I
when
am-
she's in the other room, she's eating a steak, and that's gross.
we never did get to our vegan challenge with Mike Forget.
I know.
We were supposed
I
to
was
do it
just
for a
gonna
month, but
reference
that's
that.
not going to happen.
That's not happening.
It's not going to happen when I'm going on vacation. So I don't want to fail that. Yeah.
One of my New Year's resolutions is to try to cut out beef as long as I can. Believe it or not.
So till
I know
tonight-
this is breaking news. No, I
Thank you, Pat.
gotta cut back on
Of
beef.
all your vices, and there's a laundry list of your vices this long, like literally like
I'm
the
telling
hardcore
you.
alcohol drinking from morning till night, the cigar smoking.
Well, I'm
we
not
smoked
going to
3 or
give
4
those
cigars.
up.
It's like Babe Ruth.
It's like legitimately.
The edibles.
But I'm not going to eat beef. I'm not
Last
going to.
minute
I draw the
edible
line.
memory.
Yeah, I draw the line. I'm going to try to go with the beef first.
This is
I know it's
Baby
disappointing.
steps,
to you,
baby
Jack.
steps.
You
Yeah.
gotta start somewhere, I guess. Right? You gotta start somewhere. So how well?
We have some prizes.
Oh yeah, let's get to
And we
speaking.
got a lot of people chiming in. I think we got to say hello to them too,
I think that's a great idea.
Joe. He gets carried away a bit.
Well, we got
we
a
had
good
fun.
we got
Well,
good,
he's
good
let me
guests
help you
today.
'cause I can't
He's
see
in
what
his
I'm
robe. He's
Okay, so if you share the
Okay.
podcast, yeah, you're perfect, Pat.
Okay.
If you share the podcast and comment shared in the comments, you'll be eligible to win. I think we have 2 prizes today.
Two. This is a size.
What closet did you
XL.
clean up?
It's a Bravo T-shirt. It's a good quality
It is a
T-shirt.
very nice.
That's
You
from 3
wanna
years
turn-
ago.
It's not from my closet. This is had never been worn.
I can
Bravo
see the
does
tag.
say- Yeah.
You can see the tag.
Thank you very
I would
much.
be more afraid if it came
Thank
from
you
the
for being
closet
here.
at the GMT
Keeping these
studio.
animals in order is a
Tough.
challenge.
Tough job.
Keep the animals.
All right. So
Herding
there's
cats.
that.
And this,
Oh, here we go.
And this, we had
This-
an extra one
Oh,
because
here we
Chris's
go.
shorts.
a little higher, Pat. A little higher.
And the tail goes in the back, not the front.
These
And the
are
potato goes in the front, not the back.
yeah. So if you share the podcast and type shared, you have to share it because we do check. You can't just type shared. You have to share.
And if you win the underwear, if you win the shirt, take a picture, send it to us. We'll
That's just
actually
wrong,
show
Chris.
it.
You don't want to take pictures
Well,
of it. Come on now.
something's going to be underneath it. I mean, don't
yeah,
show us.
yeah. I wore black underneath.
Don't sext us with the
Do it like
with
the old
underwear.
bra commercials from the 70s when they had the shirts underneath the bras.
His catalog.
We gotta pull up some of those.
Craig Kimberly. First Chris dodges the plunge. Now no beef. What's next? Zima.
Give up Zima. So let the record show that the reason I didn't do the plunge yesterday was I was suffering from the new variant called the
Alcohol
Omega, the Omega strain. And then the second reason is it wasn't a plunge. When it's 55 degrees and the water's
here
47,
we go.
I just don't think it was worthy of.
Where's
I
the
mean,
fiddle? Where's the violin?
if you go back to the tape, I said it has to be under 10 degrees.
Man, do you play
For me.
violin?
Jesus.
Can you learn?
He's making a statement here. You know.
Yeah.
He's making a statement.
I will do it. I will do it next year. I will sign an agreement if Mayor does it with us.
Yeah, that's. I don't go in the water when it's 80.
Well, that's right. You did say that. You said you're not a beach person in the first place.
Right. So there's no way I'm going when it's.
We'll
20
give you the
degrees.
underwear right now.
Oh, that
if
should
you
be
commit.
like magical.
that's magic.
Keep me nice
You'll
and
love
warm.
water if you put that on.
Kathy Barlow. Oh, poor excuse. Like they're not buying it.
Good.
I mean, yesterday was a summer day. It doesn't count.
Yeah, you have a point.
It
The
might
rain
not
and
have been
overcast
colder,
doesn't
but it
matter.
was definitely a
Yeah.
plunge. I witnessed the
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah, it doesn't go in the books as an
Joey, what's
official.
his excuse going to be when he doesn't show up for pickleball tomorrow, too?
I know. Pickleball is starting for me tomorrow, and we're going to the YMCA, and they have it there. Coder, are you going to go?
Hold it, time out. Your mother's now calling me a wimp.
Wow! Even my
Oh
mother,
my
the
God,
nicest
Pat.
lady.
Pat, get over here right now,
But
Pat.
my mother is saying this is
Pat,
like
all
she
right.
doesn't have a bad thing to say about anybody.
Oh, Pat, that's it.
Wow.
That's it, Pat. You're off my
Wow.
Christmas list next year.
Wow.
Or this year.
Going from Eddie Haskell right down the chain. Real quick.
Oh my God! Ed Collard.
Oh, it sounds way. Oh, Jesus. That's it. I'm leaving.
Ed Collard. Yeah, this is not good. Oh, Joey Foot getting in the air. Chicken.
Hey, whoever is calling me a wimp, I invite you to
Yeah, we
A
didn't
fist
see
fight?
that
the
there,
beach.
did we?
Good Harbor Beach.
2:30.
11 o'clock.
2:30 at the anchor. If you don't get that reference.
Yeah,
11 o'clock at Fratty's.
Joey, yeah, you got to see if anybody gets that reference. 2:30 at the anchor.
2:30 at the anchor.
I'm not getting it.
Did you go to a Bailey school?
Oh, that's for the fights.
Yeah. See, you get, yeah.
Look at what your mother said.
Well, I know you posted that photo on my phone. What is she
Oh,
talking
that's
At the
That's so funny.
the screensaver
though.
at the
Even
nest.
generational.
Then
Like,
your
it was like
profile
Christmas
picture or
Eve.
It's
something.
passed down from generation
Of course.
to
With
generation.
Oh,
Dank is not there.
Bishop Daily.
the Bishop Daily.
Fights.
Oh, okay.
No more fights.
Oh, she's
Fights
saying
again.
she's calling you
She
out.
blamed me.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't Chris.
I didn't touch your phone, Pat.
It wasn't Chris.
All right, let's reel it in.
We're really okay.
All right.
Back to,
Where are we?
Where were we?
We didn't even get to the agenda yet.
We were handing out shirts.
No, we're talking about pickleball. Tomorrow we're going to start.
Pickleball.
I'm starting
Yes, at the new
pickleball
YMCA, somebody
at the
asked.
new YMCA. Yeah,
Yeah, but they're not accepting any more pickleball players.
I know. I'm
Right,
not sure we
vaccine.
should mention.
They've
it
already
because
we
we
did
don't
up.
want to be able to get on the court.
Yeah. Us.
It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Maybe that's when it ends.
No, that's really what it is. I'm just joking. So there's
8
that.
to 10. Skill level expert. You have to be an expert to play.
So I went there I haven't played, but I went because I felt like I should get a little bit of a knowledge before I show up for the first time. And they seem very patient. The average age is probably 65.
Yeah.
And
I haven't won a game yet.
is that true?
So, no,
they're very
I have.
they're very competitive.
No, it doesn't matter your age.
So are you 65?
No, he brings
Getting close.
He brings the average.
I bring
if
the
you weren't
average
there,
down.
it'd be like 69 or 70.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But no, it doesn't matter how old or your athletic ability. Pickleball is a game that a lot of people can play.
Is it a game or a sport?
Good point. Good point.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm excited to play because I
Tennis, it's
used to
similar
play.
to tennis.
I used to play tennis,
Mhm.
and I can't. My shoulders from work are so far gone. Like I have a hard time lifting my.
Just can't do that.
Yeah, I can't do the serves anymore. But everything with pickleball is a lot less intense on the joints. So
Wayne Moulton says very big in the villages. Pickleball is very big in the villages.
well, that's not the only thing that's big. As we know, the biggest STD place in the United States, the highest STD rate in the States is the retirement village of the villages down in
See, the
Florida.
reason Joe keeps saying that is he wants to drive prices down in the villages. Then he's going to go in and buy,
scoop everything up.
that's on sale, and he's going to be able to partake in the festivities.
I had a patient that lives in the villages, and I asked her about the loofahs. She confirmed it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Here we go.
We did a whole. Have you seen the documentary?
No.
The documentary's worth watching.
Is it about the STDs specifically? Or?
They mention it.
Yeah.
They do mention it.
Well, they
Oh, it's
mentioned
not-
it, but
it's
it's
not
not about that.
Yeah.
No, it's not. The whole thing is the whole hour and a half is not centered around the STD problem.
Okay.
But it is a segment of it. Like there is there's like four characters that they kind of follow their journey, and one of them is this Lothario guy who has an idea. He lives out of his van, but he's kept himself in shape, and his idea is to go down there and to meet a rich widow, and it goes through his thing of like trying to suck off of meet a chick
Eligible bachelorette.
eligible bachelorette. Yeah.
Widow.
And just for fairness, that's 90 minutes of your life you'll never get back.
Thanks for the tip.
I thought it was interesting.
You
It
did,
wasn't
I-
supposed to be a feel-good movie. It was supposed to show
No,
the
I-
reality of it.
No, I
It was a
know, it's more like
documentary.
documentary.
It was a document. It wasn't like a documentary.
Is this community like a Betty White type of
What's that?
like the age group like a Betty White type of community? Like that is
New Year, New
like
Year.
99. Betty White.
What about it?
It was supposed to be a segue to another topic for Betty White, but you messed that up.
We got to go on assignment. We're
Betty,
gonna
the community down there, is it like a Betty White type of community?
Speaking of Betty White,
Hey, all right. Hey, all right.
good job, John. Why don't you take the segment?
I feed you the
No, I
the
agree.
food.
Okay.
You go with it.
All right, no, it's interesting.
All right, Betty White died.
Here's the Betty White
Okay,
died.
next
Next.
No, okay. Here's
Good
the,
one, Scotty.
here's the quick question.
Joey messed it up.
Here's the quick question about Betty White because we had this
You
conversation.
got Betty
Is
White
it-
eyes.
Is it more memorable for her legacy that she died just before 100 or if she made 100? What do you think?
That's a good point.
She failed.
And it was just
No.
before her birthday.
No,
so
I don't
was a
think it
couple
matters.
weeks.
She's awesome.
Oh, she's gonna be a
matters.
legend
Yeah.
regardless. But I
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
you know,
It's a little bummer.
She never made the Smucker's jar though.
she didn't make the Smucker's job. But here's something that I
Too
found.
soon.
I found
Too soon.
That's terrible.
too soon.
We're honoring her. We're not making fun.
I
She would love the
I
roast.
found it interesting. She was married 3 times, and I think it was in 19. What's the guy's name? That her third.
Alan Ludden.
Alan
Ludden.
Ludden was her third
Oh,
third husband, and she never got remarried. And the reason she said that she never got remarried was because she had such a perfect marriage with this guy, and he passed. And when he passed, she never wanted to get remarried, which I thought was a really, really cool story. I mean, I just thought
Did
that's
she
interesting.
join in an extracurricular
And
activity?
here's another
At the
chapter
village,
in her
yeah.
At
life.
the
So this is the more important than anything else that she's accomplished in her life. She got to meet Jim Dalpiaz
No,
in
what?
the image. That's Jimmy Dalpiaz all the way to the left
Come on.
with his flugelhorn.
And the McDonald's marching band.
And you can see where he's kind of trying to give her a little pokey
Are
pokey.
you serious? Where'd your other hand, Jimmy?
I know, Jimmy.
Jesus.
You see the big smile on her
Yeah.
face right there? That's because Jimmy's got the left hand in
Jimmy.
parts unknown.
Jimmy.
yeah.
What? This is the first time we're seeing this?
Yeah.
Well,
What are the statute of limitations
You're in
here?
a hangover coma for weeks.
you can't.
Who else is in this picture?
Well,
The
that's
Rose
me by Betty and minus one hand. And then that's Paul Laval. He was the Ohio State University conductor. He was the band director. And then that was Miss Universe or Miss America, I think.
You
Wow.
don't think it was the Rose Bowl parade queen?
It could have been her too.
Which
I
her
don't
name?
Is that Pat?
I put it in my.
Is
show
that
note.
you,
It's,
Pat?
Yes, that's me.
So Betty. So we should also note, without the hat, Betty White would have been taller than Jimmy. Very interesting. Very interesting.
know. Yes.
Wait, does that say All American? You were a McDonald's All American marching band guy?
Yeah, I represented New York.
That's impressive, Jimmy.
Us two, we represented New York.
We got to
and,
do a story on
How
him.
many cheeseburgers did you have to eat to get on the team?
That was quite interesting. We were eating something new then called a quarter pounder.
Oh wow, yeah.
You know what? He's an All-American flugelhorn player.
Yeah.
And
Frugal.
Wait, Chris, did you hear that? Was
Is there a
Jimmy
frugal one?
instrumental in the quarter pounder becoming so popular?
and he has a World Series ring.
Wow.
As a parking attendant for the
Lot D.
Lot D of the Division III Mets Rumble Ponies.
So there's nothing you did yesterday was important compared to all this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that you played the frugal horn.
Yeah, you like that?
No, FL Flugelhorn.
He said frugal.
Yeah,
well,
I'm familiar with the frugal horn. I didn't know what the frugal horn was.
Yeah.
Greg, do you have a spot in your band for Jimmy with the flugel one? Can he sit in?
No, we're all set with that. We need a frugal horn player. Though.
Yeah, I'm in.
Did you know you were coming to sit with such greatness?
I know.
I kind
No, I
of knew
didn't know that.
I think we should get to the mayor in the first order he's going
Yeah.
to sign in, and
Ooh, I
that's
like
to get rid of all the piping plovers in Gloucester. I can't believe you shared that with us. I think
I heard about your new executive order to hire the SEAL team with the sniper rifles.
Yeah.
Sit up on the dunes when they first
I
arrive.
don't even dare to joke about that.
I don't like
we don't either. We don't either.
As an animal lover.
Oh, we love the
You and
piping
Betty
plovers,
White.
too.
Yes, that's right.
Of course.
All two
The
of
late-
them.
the late
All
great
two of them.
Yeah.
All two of them. We love the piping plovers.
Love all both of you.
So here, I think that this is. I like this one right here. I made this graphic in an attempt to go viral with a meme, a New Year's Eve meme. Did you guys see it? I want you guys to look it over.
It's a lot of ink here, Joe.
Huh?
It's a lot of ink.
Yeah.
It is. I didn't
Yeah, you
mean for you to.
wasted.
I just sent it to her so she could grab it and put it on the screen. She has it on the screen right now. So I would like everybody to pay attention to the screen. You guys for your heats, and I want everybody to explain their perfect New Year's Eve option. If I didn't list it properly for you, I want you to think about what your perfect New Year's Eve would be. Mine was exactly what Kate and I did. Option A, bar hopping at 3:30 p.m. We went to the Nest. We had a nice time. Dinner reservations at 7:30 p.m. and a sleep by 9:30. That for me is perfect at my stage of my life. Perfect 9:30. I'm going to give the other ones. Option B, bar hopping at 7:30.
She has it up.
I know, but see, this goes audio to Spotify and iTunes, so
okay.
the people that don't get the graphic might like that.
Scotty's whispered in my ear. Tell him it's up.
Thank you. So option B, bar hopping at 7:30, dinner reservations at 9:30, celebrate midnight with a band. Option C, in jammies at 5:30, dinner home, watch the ball drop on TV. Watch the ball drop at 7:30.
Joe, can you turn down the I mean, I'm starting to sweat there.
It's
It's 52
I'll
hours.
jump over. Scotty, could you just press the bottom button all the way to the right?
There we go. He wants you to burn yourself.
No,
Bottom
it's
button
not. It doesn't
always
get hot. Bottom button.
All right.
Sorry. Okay. Do we ruin
Look
the
at
bit
Wayne.
enough?
Wayne says he picked C after a long day of work. Must be tough driving around that.
We got a lot of C's on here.
A lot of
C's.
C's in jammies,
Yeah.
and I'm wondering if the C option in jammies dinner home is because people are like
So where's the button?
on the right side of the panel all the way to the bottom.
The reason I missed
When the lights go out, you know it takes a little while to turn off on its own.
the reason I didn't go to the polar plunge was because of option B.
It's a raised button, Scotty. I might have to. Okay.
Joey Foot is telling me to stay home.
All right. So what we're going to go to.
We need an
Kelly.
option D,
Okay, I like
Option
this.
D.
which
Here we go.
is a variation of option C, but you don't make it till midnight.
Right.
Yes.
That was us.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah.
I worked all day. We had a exciting day yesterday, so we did option D.
What
But
do you do?
in my mind, I want to be option B.
Yeah. So
But it just
is
In
it
your
what
mind.
you
In
really
my
want
mind.
or what you actually did?
right. And what I really want would be B.
No, what you want.
Would be B.
You want B, but you were tired.
But we
That
did.
particular
But we
day.
did D.
What do you do
Yeah.
for work?
I work at Beverly Hospital. I'm a nurse.
Oh, right on.
In labor and delivery.
Thank you
On
for
labor
your frontline
delivery.
service. That's a tough
Thank
job.
you.
I think we should go on assignment.
Hashtag heroes. Not
Can you
all
let
heroes
us
wear
into one of
capes.
the delivery rooms and
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
do
do
a
that.
podcast?
Yeah,
on it?
I know the patients wouldn't mind at all.
Anybody else have anything like any kind of other? What option would you? Are you with her on that?
I would say, yeah, I would like to do B, but most likely C. I think, I don't know if we've ever done B, maybe once or twice.
Yeah, when
in
we were
35 years.
in our 20s or 30s.
Did you ever play a New Year's Eve show?
No, I
No.
never did.
Oh.
Chris?
I said option B is, and that's the reason I missed the polar plunge.
Scotty?
I'm usually in the Caribbean for New Year's. This year, I actually had a show to Jimmy's.
Okay, ideally, what would you like to do? What's your best option?
You
Do
know
you
what?
have one
I was
thinking about?
basically all right. I wasn't asleep by 9:30, but I would have went with you at 3:30. Start a little early, get some dinner, and then just go home.
That's your bet. That would be your best.
Yeah,
best
yeah.
option.
That would be my option.
Yours too.
Option A.
And now we're getting to the age where I didn't have my daughters for New Year's Eve this year. Next year I will.
Yeah.
But you have to kind of stay up.
I did. Not only do we have to stay up, we had to drive them just in case there might have been drinking there,
Never.
No.
and we had to pick them up at 12:30.
Yeah.
So,
Did you set an alarm or did you stay up the whole
and
night?
I wasn't going to be drinking and driving, so I didn't have
Right.
any.
Right. Did you set an alarm or did you stay up?
No, we stayed up.
I have a hard time staying up. Pat.
My preference would be A, and we got real close to that this year.
And Jimmy, you too?
I like C, but I don't in jammies. No, I just want to drink my hand at 5:30
Like a nice,
and then dinner on there.
yeah.
But no Three Stooges marathon option was on.
Oh,
no, that
yeah,
was
shit.
see. That's E.
wow.
We
That's-
had-
I mean, I'd rather watch that than the ball drop.
Yeah.
Well, she wouldn't, but I'd rather watch
No, they
this.
stopped that years ago for some reason. I think some
Too many wives complained. Yeah.
Yeah. See, now I know why my doctor yelled at me, because I'm the only one who picked option B.
Yeah, out of everybody,
Out of everybody.
because you're an animal.
Yeah.
All right, so this is so we're going to go over some of the of our people's thing. Wayne the mailman says take them to first night in Boston. Great time. I have.
That's what
the-
I did. Oh,
that's
Wayne
what-
was there?
That's
I
what you
was-
did.
Yeah.
Jim Wayne probably
Personal.
didn't go, but he's saying for me to take the girls next year. I think I'm going to do. I think I'll
Oh,
take
it's
the
great.
girls to.
That's a great idea.
You know what? I say that. Chances of the girls wanting to hang out with me as teenagers,
That's true.
probably not.
Well, if we go as a group,
Yeah, but they probably still want to hang with their
Probably
buddies.
take the graphic
so
down about this
take their
point.
buddies.
Kathy Barlow says, sounds like my hubby with the Three Stooges. Brandon Noble watched anime all night and smoked butts.
Oh, jeez.
That sounds very sad. Very sad. Very, very sad. Patrick McNally says, avoided amateur night filled with dangerous drivers, home safe, wake up fresh for the plunge. Brendan Noble says option D. A lot of C's. Most people
No
are C's.
B's.
No B's.
See,
But our audience skews old. So
Yeah, the older demographic.
What?
Yeah.
in all fairness, our audience skews.
I mean, we are old, Joe.
Joey Foot watched the Three Stooges.
There you go.
There you go.
Chris Thompson.
Says Mayor Greg looks a lot like Gru from the Minions. Do you get that a lot
From the what?
Minions.
from the Minion movie?
I don't know who the characters are. I've seen bits and pieces of
the
it.
graphic of Gru.
I will try to find
How
it.
about,
That guy.
I watched the
Isn't he the
Twilight
bad guy?
Zone
Can you do a
marathon.
side by side?
I have no idea who grew it. Wait, is that
That's
Jim
the
Carroll's
good-looking one.
character?
Yeah, Jim
Oh,
Carell.
Jim Carroll.
James
Yeah.
Carell.
I guess
was it Jim
Jim-
Carell?
Steve
Steve.
Carell.
Steve
That's his
Carell.
brother I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He used to be a mailman, by the way, in Western Mass.
Really?
Steve Carell.
That's right, and he owns like a little, not a variety store. What would you call it?
General store.
Like Ned's. What do you
It's
call
like a general store.
it? Like a general store.
Yeah.
Right. Like Ned's up in North Carolina. I was safe at home during a horror show marathon until the horror show marathon for Ed College. So there's that. I want to talk about this thing that Paul inspired me. Paul Gamberg. I think it was. Do you know how long ago you posted this?
A couple of years ago.
A couple of years ago, Paul had a post about how he handled it. It was for some holiday.
Yeah, we had like a brunch.
Yeah, you tell me what your move was.
So we had a brunch and we had about pre-COVID, so 30, 40 people over. It was like a pre-holiday brunch, and our move was to take all the bottles of liquor that we had not finished or had been given to us gifts that we don't drink, and we put them all out, and then we just designed cocktails around those. And we had people over, and we were
Sounds like
making
a fun
drinks
game.
and making up drinks, and got rid of a lot of half-empty bottles. And the problem is, now during COVID, my wife still wants to do this,
There's always
except it's her and I trying to finish all these whole bottles. So last night she's like, "Come on, you're not drinking, you're not holding up your end of it." My mother's sitting there, my mom's visiting. So my mom's like, "He doesn't really drink much at home." Holly goes, "I know, but we got to finish all this stuff. We got to get rid of all this stuff." So
I have
It's a little
solution
harder
for you.
during
Bring
COVID.
McCarthy over.
yeah,
No, I
it's a little
don't.
harder during
In
COVID.
2022, I'm not drinking.
First, it's roast
No
beef.
meat.
Yeah.
No meat and no booze. For me. It's a new Chris McCarthy.
Did you get the lights to turn off on there, or did you need my help? Just
I thought
curious.
you said you got it.
The lights are off.
It's off.
Yeah, it looks
I
like
don't see
It's
the
off.
flame.
Okay, no, I just wanted to make sure. And it takes a while to go down. I just wanted to, But so I had a variation of this, and Paul inspired me to do it because my liquor cabinet, I had bottles all jammed in there, and they were on top. You couldn't get to what you wanted to get to and stuff. So yesterday, we took all of our liquor bottles out, and there was a ton of them that had like this much alcohol in them.
Yeah.
And we took those out, and we put a bunch of them on the counter. And then we had everybody over before the polar plunge. And we got rid of a bunch of the little things.
I knocked that tequila right out.
Yeah, of course you
I
did.
got rid of the peppermint
Don't worry.
schnapps.
Yeah, no, there was a bunch of stuff. And so I think if you combine those two strategies,
Yeah.
you get all the kind of like weird liqueurs and stuff.
Did you learn that in college when you were broke? like what do we have left here?
It was called jungle juice. Don't you remember? That was like the jungle punch or something. What do we call it? It was something that like you just like pour everything.
Concoction of a few
like a
different
tub.
Yeah.
We
That's
used
the
to call
Jersey
it,
Turnpike.
going around the world.
Going around the world?
Have
Going
you heard of
around
the Jersey
world. That's what
Turnpike,
we used to
Joe?
call it.
No.
That's the when you get the 21-year-old, probably overserved, is ordering 5 different drinks, just the problem client. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I personally have never done this, but I've heard of it, and somebody told me what it was, and I'm like, I'm asking for a friend. Right? They take the bar mat. They say, make me a shot, and they take whatever's swill and they strain it into for the shots. It's called the Jersey Turnpike because it's so dirty.
That is horrible.
Yeah, but you imagine mixing drinks on this mat, and then everything that the oversplash gets on, and that's
I was at Cornell University back in the 90s.
Visiting?
I was there in the 70s.
Working,
visiting,
and it was a Thursday night, and we went downtown where all the bars are, and we were telling people we were grad students.
Cornell grad
and
students.
Yeah, and
What was your major, by the way?
I forget.
bullshit.
I was a doctor, family medicine. So the group we ended up connecting with were wild men and women, and they had a tradition of drinking out of a boot, and this boot went back years and years. And you get a cocktail, you pour it in the boot, and you drink it out of the boot. And that was probably one of the worst experiences.
So now, being a Cornell alumni, you had to do it.
Yeah, well, hey, you want to be cool, don't you?
People chimed in. There was a bunch of people chimed in. Cuckoo juice. That was the term.
Cuckoo juice.
Cuckoo juice.
That was another term. Yeah.
But see, speaking. So the Jersey Turnpike is the term for the bad thing out of the bar mat.
Yeah, that flexible black
Right.
rubber mat.
Not the mat on the floor.
No,
I got a little nervous for
No, the one that has like little
One where they
rubber
put the cup
things.
together.
Okay.
It collects the things so it doesn't go.
I'm going back. I heard that
that's
in
not bad.
1997.
That's
so
not
it's
bad.
probably passed down from
I heard a thing, and I'm not going to mention the name of the establishment because we don't do that. But I heard that it's something that's really gross. That there's some bars that burn all their ice every single night, and some bars don't. And then
Oh, you mean by burning, pour the hot water on it?
no.
They
but
melt.
They have the tub of ice,
Right.
and then like they just keep filling it up all season long.
So the sludge gets
So
on
the
there.
sludge down the bottom,
Oh man.
and then at the end of the season they may burn
It
the
might.
ice. But this a reputable restaurant will burn the ice every night and make the ice go down to zero, and then replenish the ice. And I've heard of that. It sounds
I think we need to sign a new law here in Gloucester.
Yeah.
So
I think there probably is one.
Yeah, it sounds like there already is.
Don't worry about
so
that law.
my mother's been on this kick, and she's talked about it a couple times. I hadn't heard of it before.
Yes.
Has anyone heard of a sulfate-free red wine?
Yes.
Yes.
Call Charlene.
Yeah.
Isn't it sulfite?
I think it is
Potato.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's potato.
I think it's hard to find though.
But
Yeah, it is.
But you
Yeah.
get the point, though.
Are you
Yeah.
making fun
No,
of Mark?
right. No, I'm just
Making fun of Mark.
No,
Oh, yeah, Pat.
making sure
Pat, what are you going to say to
that
Pat
we're
for making
talking
fun
about
of
the
you?
right
The two
thing.
Pats.
Well, let's go to
You're
the
all
Cornell
geefy at the crow's nest.
The
Let's go to the
Cornell
Cornell grad.
is a
sulfite
sulfite.
or sulfate?
Sulfate.
Sulfate.
Yeah,
We haven't
I'm
heard
going
from
with you,
Jeff yet
Pat.
today.
When you're working in your
So,
lab,
frugal
what
horn.
did you use?
You know, they sell a filter for this.
They do.
Yeah, they sell. I mean, I guess they're expensive. You can do about maybe 3 or 4 glasses. They're about $10, $12 a piece, though. But it gets rid of the sulfites, I think, in the wine that causes headaches and stuff.
But there are some that you don't
They're
have to
already
do
right,
that for.
yeah.
Charlene found a line of wine. So, Pat, Charlene should be up by noon. Give her a call now.
Have you tried it, Kelly?
I haven't tried it, but I've heard about it. 'Cause
Is it
and
interesting?
it can stop if you have that flushing when you have wine.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
the
how some people get
Croatia.
really flushed. Yeah, it's supposed
Oh.
to help.
Where
with
would you
that.
find these?
If you drink
I
too much,
haven't
you
been
flush
able
it.
to-
Yeah, I flush whatever I.
I heard.
I
I heard
go
they have
flush.
it at Total Wine.
A total
And I'm not
almost
sti-
savor too, or you think?
Probably. You know what? That's a good idea. Yeah. Maybe we should check in with Kathleen and find out.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Total Wine has sulfite-free wine.
There we go.
It says.
I bet you that Savor does too.
But the filters
no
are good because you
sulfate-free
can drink
wine.
any
Sulfate.
wine you want. You can
That's
drink
extra.
your favorite wine and still have the filter.
Right,
You have the
right,
filter.
right.
That's why the filters are good.
I've noticed a trend that you like. You know how like when
It also says savor wine and cheese on here, but I don't
Oh.
know.
what does? Oh, you looked up places that have the sulfite-free one.
Well,
Good.
there it is, savor.
And how did you spell it?
I put sulfate-free wine and everything. Did you mean sulfite? and it comes up with a long list.
Well, at Cornell, they call it sulfate.
That's
Yeah.
And frugal.
When you drink out of the boot,
At Cornell, they play the
It
frugal
turns into
horn.
a
It's the only
sulfate.
place in the country that has a frugal horn.
So my mother says they say in Italy
It's
there's
a
no.
value one.
So they say in Italy there's no salt. My mother's saying that there's no sulfites in the wine. My guess is that that's probably a sulfite, maybe, and I'm totally guessing. Maybe it's something that is a preservative.
what is a
something like
sulfate?
that.
Is there a
But
sulfate?
so when she says that there's no sulfites in the wine in Italy, it's probably like
Yeah, is it an additive or is it a byproduct?
Yeah.
That's the question.
right.
Well, they stomp on the wines with their feet.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's
Yeah.
from Vito Mastrangelo, the neighbor next door who just made it.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no sulfates or fights.
Right.
in that.
Pat, did you find something?
Sulfur dioxide or sulfites, no sulfates yet, as they are best known in the wine world, is a chemical compound that occurs. So Cornell
Oh!
have this
Whoa,
all
whoa,
over.
Yeah,
It
this is
occurs
what I learned.
naturally at low levels
Yep.
in the process of wine fermentation.
Yes, that's what I told you.
It is also added by winemakers
Yep.
during the fermentation stage from the black rubber mat on the bar
Oh.
that gets poured into the
Yum.
to protect and preserve the wine's character, flavor, and color.
So it is added.
It's both.
It occurs naturally and
They
then it's
add
also
more.
added.
Okay.
That's
Cornell
a sulfite. That's a sulfite.
That's a
so you
sulfite,
couldn't find
yes.
sulfate.
Not related to wine.
There you go.
All right.
Which is
See what people learn on this show?
Yeah, we are an educational.
We are.
We do get the
The
educational.
number one
right
You'll
side.
be on the
educational
Learning
show.
Channel in no time.
Number one educational show in Gloucester.
Tune in next week when we learn about the Dewey Decimal System.
Don't tempt me.
Chris. Chris
I have a
used.
whole spiel.
Chris made his first Poshmark purchase,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're addicted now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I wish I'd
is
had
everybody
it.
familiar with Poshmark?
I have no
No.
idea what it is.
You don't know either.
No.
So it's like eBay, but specializing in clothes.
Wow.
And they have a bunch of filters that you can use in the left-hand column. Like you could put in your size, so only your size comes up in the search.
You
And
can
it-
select brands. So if you like a particular brand,
But
So
the,
you
also,
can buy a pair of Louis Vuitton shoes at the store for $1,500 for a whopping $999. You can still buy a pair of used Louis Vuitton shoes.
an
gently
interesting,
worn.
but an interesting part of the way it operates is it takes your credit card information ahead of time, and as soon as if you say buy, you don't have to go through the process of buying. The person gets the money right away.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's nice for the sellers. It incentivizes the sellers. They're not going through this process.
Yeah.
But I got hooked on it. Nicole Schraff turned me onto it like 2 summers ago. And I have a searches saved for like Helly Hansen fleece jackets and
See Cavaricci's.
Spot built.
Spot built.
Spot built.
Spot built.
Look for Joey's
but
account
you got-
tomorrow. You're going to find the brown robe right on there. They'll be selling that brown robe immediately following the
Big
show.
money, big money. No, I wouldn't put it on Poshmark. I'd do an auction because it would go for because then we can escalate the prices.
That's
Uh,
next week's share gift.
Tell me what got you hooked.
So I'm a big fan of Fair Harbor. You got me hooked because I've been buying these Fair Harbor shorts. $89?
You need to stand up so the camera can see it.
Well, I can't. I'll take the zero. No. I mean, what's unique about them is they have the built-in underwear.
Ah.
So I mean, they're the most
Supports-
comfortable.
Look at those
Supports the Djiboutis.
They're the most comfortable shorts I've ever worn. They do make bathing suits, quick drying. So
$89 if you go to the
$89,
store.
but if you go to Poshmark, you can find people who either receive them as a gift, maybe wore them once or twice. A lot of these things still have the tags on them, and you can get them for $40, $35, $30, and you can make an offer.
Yeah.
So
And if you punch in the code Frugalhorn,
Frugal-
you get a discount.
Yes.
then you get free shipping.
Yeah.
Then you get free shipping. But it's almost like you can negotiate with the person who is selling the item, and then they send you offers like, well, I'm not going to accept your offer for $20,
Counter.
but $25 with discounted shipping, $5 versus $7. So it becomes a game, for those of us in sales. We like to always,
Feel like
be
you
on
got
the
a
win
deal.
side, not the lose side. And when I purchased some Fair Harbors, I went to Untuck It I just received 3 shirts yesterday. Untucked shirts.
Do you like the shirts from Untucked?
I do.
Because
TJ
I
TJ's
wanted,
a
to, I
huge
wanted
fan.
to try them, but how does that like with a guy with a bonza?
That's a good question. I don't know how it would fit.
Well, you have a bonza, so
Well, I have a little bonza.
How are the shirts from Nantucket?
Nantucket ones are nice.
Yeah.
No, but this is Untucked.
You've seen the commercials. Yeah.
No, but they're expensive. But I got
So they have
3
used
Untucked
ones.
shirts for like $30 with tags still on them
wow.
On Poshmark?
on Poshmark. Yeah.
And how do they know? Aren't you supposed to send in your sizes and they tailor it to you? So how did you know you were going to be the same size as this person?
Well, the only reason I know what fits me is because I've had some Untucked shirts.
Oh,
And
they do have like, it does go by extra large, medium?
Yeah,
Oh,
and then slim fit
okay.
or regular.
Don't even tell me.
I'm not in a slim fit. No,
Did you try them on?
Yeah,
And they fit you?
fit perfect.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a good deal because TJ swears by
I know.
He's brought it up
TJ
to me
shows
at
the
least
power.
15 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So now I have. It's because I've lost so much weight where I'm actually buying some clothing that fits me better. Now
That's a problem. No, it's a problem because whenever I get to my goal weight, then I feel like, oh, I got to get some new clothes and stuff like that. And I stay at my goal weight for literally like 10 minutes. Everything doesn't fit.
You graduated from Huskies.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Should we review the prizes quick one more time?
Yeah, let's review the prizes.
So Joe sent me a picture of Fair Harbor shorts that you bid on.
Right.
And I'm like, and I texted him back saying, "You son of a bitch, I was going after those same shorts," and he outbid me. So it becomes a competition.
So is it a live thing where you can go against somebody, or
No.
or does behind the scenes text?
It's not an auction at all.
Oh, okay.
And he's just joking. He wasn't doing it.
Yeah,
Hey, that would be a great.
So
I would have bought him though.
So one of the you would have if you were on it.
Yeah.
It's become can become addicting.
Yeah.
Like because you find these unbelievable deals on stuff with tags that you know that you might have wanted, and that was like $90. And
Is that a filter option? Tags on?
New NWT is
Yep.
new with tags.
Oh, well,
so that's like
NWT. That's what.
NWT is the acronym for new with
Okay.
tags. Yeah.
Or Newt Gingrich. That's what he goes by.
I
in
didn't
the
have to go
stock
to
exchange.
Cornell to learn.
All right, let's get back to Pat quickly. So we have 2 prizes: a Bravo T-shirt, good quality, extra large. If you share the podcast and text shared, you get entered. We're going to pick it at the end of the podcast. And the other one is these unworn, just so you know,
Just to be clear.
skivvies.
Skibbies.
The skivvies with the Good Morning Gloucester logo. And I hope I'd mentioned it earlier. Those were provided by Joe Higgins.
I don't think we did, so good. Yeah.
Thank goodness. www.fishedimpressions.com. Joe Higgins made those
These are
for us.
awesome. Yeah.
And Joe Higgins is a
They're
good,
really nice.
great friend of the show. Fished impressions for the tuna tails and the striper bass, all the fish. He has prints of that are prints that are less expensive, or if you catch a fish, he'll print it for you. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's like mounting a bear and putting it in your living room.
Now the GMG model was that exclusive for us for the plunge, or is the GMG model available if?
No, that was a
one-off.
one-time thing.
Okay.
Yeah, no more
And
available.
the tail goes
So
in
if
the
you
back.
could get that, put that on eBay, new with tags and big money.
Big
or
money.
Poshmark.
Or Poshmark.
You could Poshmark that. Big
Which
money.
is go. This sums it up right here. Ed Collick.
Ed College says, "I really enjoy
Oh
the
yeah.
bullshit knowledge I get from Good Morning Gloucester."
Thank you. We're on it.
Yes, I love it. Susan Canning says she loves the underwear. They were very comfortable.
So
Do
I
we
have
have
a
any questions for
question
Leah?
for people, everybody,
Yes.
and the viewers. We're gonna get into that. I'm gonna start with Kelly first. What is your favorite winter activity, and what is your favorite summer activity?
Cross country skiing,
Nice.
sure, for winter. And summer, gardening.
Gardening.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah,
Where do you think she gets all her vegan food?
it's true.
Do you have a
That
garden?
is true,
Do you
yeah,
have a garden?
Wow. See, that's
Huge
great.
garden. We made a brand new one last year. Greg moved all the crushed stone and
Ah,
I
do you do the
raised
raised
beds.
beds? You do
Yeah,
the raised
yeah.
beds?
yeah, it came out awesome.
Nice.
And where do you get your soil? Or do you have good soil?
This
to
year I
begin
got it from
Black Earth.
Black Earth. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
with?
Yeah.
People love that soil.
Yeah.
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 So
Very cool.
Joe has a raised garden right there. See the white one? I mean, look
With
how
the tree
nice
growing
that
in
is.
the middle?
Yeah. Don't worry about those weeds.
Don't worry about
Don't worry about it.
they'll be
He'll
gone
take
this
care
spring.
of
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So in the book of mice and men,
My wife, if I knew for sure that my wife wasn't watching right now,
living off the fat of the land.
Yes,
she's probably not watching.
sure.
She's watching
Yeah.
Connor's
Probably not
hockey
watching.
game.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
All right.
And-
So the story behind that garden.
Shh, don't tell them.
I won't tell it.
This is
Between
only-
us.
This is only
Us and the
between
whole
us.
world.
Yeah.
She had a hard on to have a fucking raised garden.
She was excited to have a raised garden.
Busted my balls to put a raised garden, and I had it in the back of my head that this was probably not gonna work out.
Bear fruit.
Bear fruit. You know, I traded away a $250 Yeti cooler for someone to construct that raised garden right there for me.
The one that's falling apart.
It's not really falling apart, and as a matter of fact, it'd probably take me a day and a half to deconstruct it.
A snowplow hit it.
Yeah, that might be the best move, is having the snowplow run through the thing. And I think we got maybe 2.5 tomatoes. And I don't have my $250 Yeti cooler anymore.
Those are expensive tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And Felicia
my
helped her
mother,
plant.
and Felicia helped her plant it. Yeah,
But the marijuana you're growing is
no
Jesus.
marijuana. No marijuana. No, but like I think the location of it, because it's so far away from like where a garden
It's too
hose
far.
would be, that you could actually get water to it,
Oh,
and it gets like full sun all day long.
Yeah.
Probably not the best.
We got to
Yeah.
put a picture of this up next week,
Yeah.
just so people can tune in and see
I don't
it.
want to get my ass chewed up for like.
No,
You're
she can
talking
yell at
about
us.
it live now. You can go back and play the podcast back.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just probably getting texts about it right now.
All right, so
Yeah,
Greg,
exactly.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Mr.
just
Mayor.
between us.
Yeah, no one watches this anyway.
so we're going to move on to the mayor now for his answer
Absolutely.
on best winter, best summer activity.
Staying inside, playing the guitar.
Both winter and summer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so you're a novice at your craft.
I would
No,
say
Novice.
I'd say
Novice.
Expert. If he
Novice?
I'd say advanced.
That was an insult.
How dare you?
Why
That's
not?
an insult.
Yeah.
novice
You
is
just insulted
beginner.
us.
What?
Do you know what the
Yeah.
novice means?
Pat, can you pull up novice for those of us at Cornell?
You saw that picture of me playing in 1985.
I might have misused the word. All right. Sorry.
Might have.
Hey, when you go skiing, do not pick
Novice.
pick the novice trail.
Yeah.
Do not pick the expert trail.
So, all right, so to speak. So you're very talented at what you do then.
Thank you. That's much better. I'm not a fan of the cold, so I don't really have an outdoor activity. The outdoor activity for me is getting from the house to the car and getting the heat on, and then going where I need to go, and
Do
then
you
go
have
back.
a remote starter for the car?
She does. Mine remote starters like to walk out, turn it on, then go back in the house
Yeah,
for
yeah.
15 minutes.
That works.
So,
You get your steps in.
yeah.
Can we get people to comment on the
Thank you.
decision
You're
that
welcome.
Joe made this morning to wear a robe?
Well, I wanted everybody to feel comfortable. We're home.
We're at home,
homey.
yeah.
Yeah. And I guess the big question that the 42 viewers are wanting to ask is, do you have anything underneath that
I
robe?
do. I have
Nobody
shorts.
wants to.
You
I
do.
have shorts.
Nobody
I have
wants
shorts
to.
and underwear.
You do?
So there's 3 layers right here.
3 layers.
Three
Okay.
layers. Plus the hat.
Okay.
4 layers.
Stand up.
Okay.
So the more pressing question, though, is what is going to be the demerit for McCarthy now showing up for the plunge? We never really came up with a demerit solution
I
yet.
like the dog
Love
park.
to eat
The
beef.
dog party is what he's got to go pick up.
Oh, he is going to do
And
that.
we're
That's a
gonna
real
film
thing. That's happening.
it. That's happening. And we're
Write
gonna
that
film
down,
it.
Pat.
Well, I don't think that, because I've noticed that all the people who bring their dogs to the dog park are very good about picking up.
No, but you're going to offer to do it for them.
to.
That's right.
So, however long the plunge typically takes,
Okay.
say it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You stand there for
That's
20
20
minutes, with
minutes.
a whole bunch of bags.
Yeah.
You go pick up the
The
poops,
poopies.
and then you 20 minutes up, you go home.
I like that. All
All
right.
right.
You're
You
into
heard
it.
All right.
There it is.
Yeah, that's the demerit.
Co-signed
Hand
by
it
the
out.
mayor.
Decree
And,
that.
and I would
Would
say
you,
that
would
this
you go right in the camera and decree that? please?
for this
My
point.
first mayoral decree.
Yes. Can I get a certificate?
It's a real shitty one.
That stinks. That stinks.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And I would say that the mayor hands out all the demerits from here on in while he's mayor. You go with that, Mr. GMG?
You email me the crimes.
I
He,
love
he-
it.
he- he will
You
email
know
you
how
the crime.
you know how Safanti?
That's a great
Everybody
idea,
in the
Chris.
city got one of those
Citations.
citations. I
Yeah.
think I have 5 of them.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I'll
Don't
do,
brag.
I'll do the opposite.
to the opposite. Only only for
Hand out
bad people.
demerits.
You just go around and shit on people.
Right back the truck.
That's a great idea. I love that
Isn't that a
idea.
great idea? Chris, you have a topic here. Pedialyte 45 or 60, and I have no idea what that means.
Well, I didn't either. I figured Scotty Mac would.
I love Pedialyte,
I do
as
too.
we all know.
Yeah, especially on vacation.
Vacation. That's key on
Guys
vacation.
trip. Yeah.
Do you know what the difference is?
I don't. I was hoping.
So
you guys-
I saw this. It said that the serum number 45 is to prevent dehydration, and serum number 60 is for when the person is already dehydrated.
Oh, okay.
So you drink one before you go out and when you get
exactly.
home. Okay.
So I don't remember seeing the numbers. Do you?
No, I don't. My thumb was probably over the label as I was drinking it.
So why Pedialyte as opposed to like a Gatorade or?
Well, the sugars in Gatorade, I think would be. I'm going to sound like Cliffy Clavin from Cheers right now. But,
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that stuff.
Well, there I was. I just think that the sugar, honestly, the sugars and sodium in the Gatorade versus the benefits that are in the Pedialyte with the electrolytes and stuff.
100%.
I think that's
I've not
fair to
heard of
say.
that.
The electrolytes
No,
are
like
huge.
so. Yeah. So you're probably not a hardcore alcoholic like the rest of us.
No.
So that's a good sign.
Yeah,
You didn't know
yeah.
that, like, because like real drinkers.
Oh.
No. And college kids and the kids that like I don't do drugs, never did drugs, but the kids that do the raves, like they take these pills and then they go and they do the raves and they stay up all night and they get dehydrated. So if you see kids like in the morning with like
And they
it could
rehydrate
be a
with
sign.
Pedialyte.
Here's the big
Okay.
question.
Good to know.
I had my physical December 30th, and I had to go in and I filled out the paperwork. And of course, they ask you the question: do you smoke? Do you drink? So what do you say during your physical when the doctor asks you if you drink?
So I heard that they can use this for in your insurance. If you answer that you smoke.
No, you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Isn't that private information?
No, because they look at they have access. You have to give them
The
access.
insurance company?
The insurance
Yes.
company
Oh yeah.
to
They have your
Sign
full
off
they
on
have
that.
your full medical.
Oh, yeah, Philip
information, because
Morris,
they're going to insure you. So if you say
shit.
if you tell them that you smoke,
I gotta call my
they're
doctor.
gonna.
So whenever my
No, you
doctor
can't-
asks, do I drink?
Because
and
I
smoke?
remember when we got our health insurance, and then you're kind of like locked in at that level or whatever. I think. I remember when we got our health insurance, like that was a question.
Really?
Yeah, like and if you and they say if you say, yeah, I smoke cigars every day or once a week, that'll hurt that'll
Really?
ding you on your rate.
See, I
that
don't
you pay.
smoke, and when that question comes up, I say no, and they said, "Well, do you drink?" And my answer always is, "I'm Irish," and I don't say yes or no. because of the
Plausible
insurance.
deniability.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I'd like to say yes.
That's I found myself lying in the question about how many drinks I have like per week.
Once
per-
you saw it in
per
writing,
day.
it was kind of
Yeah, and I'm like, I was concerned. I'm like, well, do I lie? I'm just lying to myself.
Right.
It's like,
right.
so
Pat McNally says they can use the drinking confessions to your doctor to determine insurability for life insurance. So like
you're drinking confessions, really?
if your doctor says you drink and you say, yeah, I've been drinking a lot, they can
Jesus,
use that. For life
that's
insurance.
interesting.
So you gotta be careful.
Thank you, Patrick.
See, Ed College saying all of our BS information. This is news you
This is
can
news
you can use.
Yeah,
That's
see
right.
that?
Especially in Pat's instance. So there's that, which is nice.
Now I know why my rate is so high, my insurance rate.
CD. This is Scotty. This is I saw this meme on Instagram.
The bat signal?
And I thought no.
Oh.
And I thought of Scotty immediately. The CDC just came out with a recommendation that if the DJ plays your song, you're not allowed to request another song.
That's 100% correct.
No.
Unless the song is a crowd pleaser and the girl's hot.
That's the only disclaimers.
That's it.
That's the only
No, are
disclaimers.
you serious? That's on the CDC guidelines.
CDC guidelines. That's they just
No,
they
Pat.
just institute that one. Connolly's has closed. Steve Connolly's Seafood in Gloucester, not the
Yes,
Boston
right.
location. Seafood has closed.
Yeah,
Which is to the dismay of a lot of people. As a matter of fact, I used to go there quite a bit to get
So did we.
to get.
Well,
Yeah.
I have a question because there was an article on this, yes? On the Times. I think it was in the Times.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. A few
I-
days
Um,
ago.
I haven't read it. I thought maybe you had. Why did they close?
Too much
I,
competition.
I don't know. So I don't want to speak
did
to
say.
something. I mean, I have my
Yeah.
suspicions.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other thing was, is that property up for sale?
You in the market?
I don't know why you
I
guys
may be.
Caitlin.
I heard there's a big I heard there's a big hotel going there.
I heard the GMT Studios going.
Well,
there.
this is all part of a
I know,
podcast. You
you're
bring up a
people
topic,
you
you
can talk
discuss
to.
it. Don't
I
Oh,
heard
great segue. Great segue.
1,000 room
Nice,
hotel.
Thanks, Pat.
nice work.
Thousand
So, if you are interested in real estate, our mayor is also a real estate
No,
agent.
no longer.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
can't be a real
No
estate
second
agent?
job allowed.
No.
Is that true? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Trump had
So
to
in
give
that
up
case,
his job.
All of the mayor's former clients can go to
Poach alert, poach alert, poach alert.
Actually, can they buy them?
McCarthy Shimataro Group. You got the image from my beautiful wife and her business partner, Chris's beautiful wife, Charlene. And there's your information is online right there. And if you have needs for raised gardens, they also do that. Also,
No building is
also,
too small.
Did you get a permit for that race car?
Yes.
I don't. How to get signed off?
Yes, it's-
Pay no attention to that addition that he just
Don't worry
put
about what I'm doing.
Chris, you went to Preza. For
I
the
did.
visit.
I did.
One of our good friends, Anthony Catarano's place
Yep.
in the city.
Yeah, and it was my first time. I apologize, Anthony, but it was my first time to Preza, and it was outstanding. It's a must in 2022. For those of you who follow Anthony, you might have seen some of the different wild meat sausages.
Yeah,
and
he's a
stuff.
hunter. Yeah.
He's a hunter. So I tried the wild meat charcuterie board. Outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And then I got squidding pasta with sea urchin. I mean, just out of this world. One of the best dishes I've ever had. Good
What
portion.
type of meat was on that board?
I
curious.
He was
forget.
too drunk to remember.
Yeah, there was all kinds of
Was it
fancy
venison
words.
or?
I think mostly venison, but it was almost like a bacon. There was a hard sausage. There was a softer sausage, or almost something that looked like bologna
That resembled bologna.
that resembled bologna.
Yeah.
Oh, those from probably the wild bologna he shot.
The wild, right?
Yeah.
The wild boar bologna.
Bologna here.
It was shaped like a
Yeah. So I
With legs.
texted
We
him.
shoot a lot of bologna here.
I texted him the next day saying he's going to get those two items on the
Gloucester.
Tono menu. They were outstanding. But this leads into the next one. There was a couple sitting next to us, and we started chatting. Great couple, and I don't know how many drinks I've had at this time, but let's just say I'm feeling good. The guy says, "You know what's amazing about this year? This is the only year in our lifetime where if you take the year that you were born, the 4 digits, and add it to your age, current age, it will equal 2021.
Let's try it right now.
Go ahead.
What year were you born?
1967
That was a layup.
Well, of course that works.
1967.
plus.
And how old are you?
I'm 54,
It's a bit.
but I'm going to be 55 in February. 2021.
2021.
Wow.
So again, he's asking me this question in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had Charlene do it, and we're like blown away. So we're texting family and friends. Oh my God, this is the last time this will ever happen. Take your year you were born. Come to find out, I was duped.
It's simple math.
I was freaking.
It has
you do
to
that
be.
any.
It has to be.
A Cornell graduate.
It's obvious. It has
All
to
of
be.
those are
So
It has to
simple
be.
math.
You can
And,
do
and the
that.
guy didn't tell me. Him and his wife left, and we're sitting there, and I told the joke to a couple sitting to the right, and this guy obviously was a Cornell grad. I wasn't. And he looks at me with this stare, and he goes, "Pal, you do that in any year, and it's going to come up with the current year." And I'm like, "You son of a bitch!" The
That's
guy
how you
duped
figure
me,
out how old you are.
and I know the guy's name who duped me. His name is Sean Daly, and we're going to try to get him on the podcast because I think he's a liquor distributor for
Hey.
for Anthony, for I think all of Anthony's restaurants. He was a funny guy, and I want to get him on. He's a distributor for High Noon.
Okay.
I thought maybe
okay,
it was
okay,
News
okay.
Nostradamus.
Did you try the move? Did you try the move when he was sitting next to you with his dinner?
No, I don't do the move.
That's
Oh.
fine.
I think
Joey,
that's
no,
a question
but-
for the mayor and the first lady is if you're sitting there and Joe comes up to you and says, "Oh, that looks so good. Oh my God."
Oh,
Would you offer him like a
It
French fry
depends
or
on.
a piece
It
of pizza?
depends upon what. It has to be finger food.
A stranger?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
when
a
if you have
stranger.
a bowl of spaghetti, probably not.
Oh yeah,
But,
yeah.
but if you have like
Well, he
French fries
doesn't-
or onion rings, sure.
really, and you don't know him though.
Well, if I don't know, well, you said Joey.
Well, yeah, well, that's true.
So some complete stranger comes up to me and says, "Hey, do you mind if I have some of that?" I mean, it probably would be a bit offensive, but
Yeah.
Right, but-
No,
but-
it's
It looks like they
not-
really needed it. If they-
It's not the
You're
move.
not explaining it properly. It's like you're
Yeah,
sitting
the move.
next to someone, they're there for a while, you strike up a conversation, and then
Oh, okay.
it's all about and this
The
is
finesse of the situation.
it's all finessing. And it's just a game.
It's a build-up.
It's become a game.
Yeah.
To see how many
Just
people
you, Joe.
we can get to.
We.
Yeah,
Me.
no.
Yeah, we-
No, it's the group of guys that when we go out to
Okay.
see if we can get it to make it happen,
Mhm.
and then they like to take a picture of me eating the food and like
I mean, if it's like fried clams and the clams are like $40 a piece, you know,
He,
it's like
he did the fried clams
Oh,
at the
yeah.
Gloucester
worked?
house.
Huh?
This couple from the South Shore was a mother and a son. The son was probably in his late 20s, and Joe's sitting there, and she orders the clam plate from Gloucester House, and all he's doing is staring for about 5 minutes.
No. We
Like a
struck
seagull.
up a
Like a
friendly
good morning
conversation.
Gloucester
He was
seagull.
stuck-
You see, you're misrepresenting the move.
Joe
the move
doesn't
is
strike up the
you strike up
conversation
a
until he knows what they're eating.
you
you
strike-
ease into it.
He waits, he
you
waits
have
for them
you
to order.
make some jokes. Have you
Yeah.
been around in there? And then you're like, oh wow, that looks really good. And then you can't ask for it though. The whole move,
Oh,
you
yes.
you
can't.
got to get it
That's
off.
good
You
point.
can't ask it. You say, oh wow, and then it's funny to
Then he
it.
took
But
us-
99% of the people are gonna offer it.
Yeah.
Right. Just
Because
get
they
it
don't
away.
think,
Talking.
Yeah.
but they don't think that he's gonna say yes.
Right.
Right.
You
Then he
know?
took it a step
And that's
further.
more part of the funny part of it. That's the whole.
He
That's
took it a step further though. He goes, "Geez, that White Russian looks really good."
no,
Yeah, just wait. Yeah.
see, you're
Can I have a sip of
misrepresenting
that?
all of it. You're misrepresenting all of it. You're ruining it.
If you see this man about,
Oh,
you
I
know
want
what
to.
the move is,
I want to
huh?
mention this, Scotty. I don't know if you can do this, but see the sign behind you. It's plugged in, so I just want you to gently lift it up, and there's not going to be much on the cord there, but I want people to be able to see it. All right. So I got this sign made, and it's metal. Just bring it to the in front of the. Right there, right there is fine.
yeah.
So people can see that. Yeah, people can see that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's right behind the mayor's head.
Whatever.
Perfect. So,
The seagull is sitting on the mayor's head.
so that. It's got a poop on it. So I had this metal sign made. That's
There we
perfect.
go.
I had that metal sign made, and I got this LED light strip, and it has a 3M tape on the back of it. And Jimmy and I did one for the wharf. You can see
Oh,
it now.
nice.
Oh yeah, you can see it. So Kate and I did this one this morning, and it has a white. This one has a white cord. The other one I had a black cord, so it was like dangling down. You could see it. It really wasn't that thing. But the cool part about this one also is it has an app, so I can control
Really?
from the app. Watch this.
Wow. The bird starts flying.
No.
He starts pooping.
But
He
what,
starts
so see how it's doing different things right now.
Oh wow.
I can go the color. I can change the
I'm blown
color.
away.
See the color, yellow. What color do you want?
Uh,
A primary color.
Maroon. Oh, that's not a primary color.
All right, that's purple.
Moron, I think.
Pat, pick up
Magenta.
green. So there you go. You got green. And I'm doing that. I'm doing that from my phone right here.
Wow. Another
And then
another useless app.
Paid too much.
Yeah, you paid too much.
No,
How
Not
much,
a value.
Joe?
It's not
How
a
much?
value item.
No, but so anyway, I thought that's pretty cool.
That is cool,
$14.99.
that is
But you can do. A lot of people use these and they put them behind televisions, and at night, it really it makes it easier to view the television. And I actually think it looks pretty cool. But
Greg,
a lot
I
of people line behind desks with it.
Oh, you're talking the LED, not the seagull.
No.
Okay. I said, who wants that behind the TV? You won't see it.
Yeah.
The LED strip.
No, the LED strip, and it's very easy to put on, and the tape is fairly strong. and it runs off a USB.
We'd like to see this in the mayor's office
I was
desk.
gonna say,
All
That would be
you
real.
said you put your bass
That'd be
guitar
great.
I'll
out.
just put the thing
Before
around.
Put it around, and that's
Before
my move.
Well, what you
With
should
the
do
warning.
is, Joey, I got an idea.
Did you
can
put the link
sync
in?
it from your.
Did you put the link in?
I'm talking.
He had the floor. Yeah.
I had the floor.
Yep.
All right. What
Joey,
you should
your
do
chest.
is use that app,
Can you button up?
and he can control the city hall light for snow from home.
I'm going
Right.
to tell you right
On
now.
those cold days, that
Good
worked
idea.
well.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm going to tell you right now.
Bill.
There is probably a $5 switch that you put in between a electrical outlet and the plug for that light that you absolutely could do that remotely from your house.
Do you know right now
Like-
what the colors mean on City Hall? I don't.
I from what I understand, it's supposed to be blue for the snow emergency. I think the
Right.
other colors were put
Yeah.
up for different holidays. They have no
Who
significance.
controls,
for holidays,
who controls the light?
You mean who actually? There's some guy that
Is there a
sits in a
switch?
little room like this big
Here's my
all day.
application. I'd like
all
a
day.
city application to control the light.
Yeah.
Nowhere it went, Joey.
It's a union job. You just So, but it's
Lock W. Griswold.
How about that be my demerit? How about that be my demerit?
It's-
Put in the light.
in the tower. You're locked in the tower. That's
Oh, that'd be funny.
TV janitor.
I think we should do a podcast from the tower one of these days.
I don't know if there's Wi-Fi up there.
There is. Don't worry
No,
about
there's
that.
definitely Wi-Fi. We'll make it happen.
Do we have any questions for the man, Joe?
You got him here out of bed early on
Yeah.
his first day, and you're in your
First
role.
day.
Well, I thought we had a conversation earlier that we weren't going to do politics because we all
There's no
can't
politics.
stand politics. We just want to
There's no
have
politics.
Well,
We've
you
asked,
might-
we've asked probably a dozen questions since he's been here. So have we not asked him any questions?
I have. I asked him winter and summer.
Winter,
Good.
spring,
So,
summer,
is there any other
fall.
ones that you want to
All
ask?
Chris said was, "Do you have a question?"
Well,
I've asked him
let's
questions.
not leave.
Maybe
without-
he wants to speak to the
let's
people
not leave
of
without
Gloucester.
Sharing this.
Oh, hey, we both look. Yes,
I don't have blue eyes.
Who authorized that?
that's Joe. That's Joe.
Joey Foot said that. No, it was
No.
Chris.
No, it was, yeah,
Chris
who was
Thompson.
it?
Chris
Chris
Thompson.
Thompson.
Thanks, Chris.
Make note of that.
Yeah.
Make
Chris
note of that.
Thompson's on the naughty list.
Chris,
Yeah.
your property taxes are going up by
And
50%.
your snow removal will be
Oh,
whacked.
yeah, all the plows are gonna like just turn the blade right in front of it, and they're gonna wait for him to shovel his driveway and then do it.
Yeah, yeah,
No
you're
light
done.
for you. No
All
light for
done.
you.
All
Call,
done.
call Charlene and Kate. They'll sell your house. Time to move out of Gloucester.
Anytime
Oh,
you need
Brenda
some
Grimes
help.
Davis. This is a great topic. Greg Berger, does everybody know that you wrote a children's book? And where can people is it available still?
I think I haven't seen any royalties for years. So, I think it's still on Amazon.
Really?
What else name it?
Fresh eggs.
Fresh eggs. Actually, we also have Huevos Frescos, the Spanish version.
Oh,
so,
even in Spanish.
See.
See.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
so you know Spanish?
Muy bueno.
Joanna props.
Oh, yes, and thank you. Kelly's brother's partner, I guess we call her our sister-in-law, Adriana Lopez, did the translation for me.
Oh, nice.
So,
Nice.
Is it illustrated?
it's illustrated. It was actually the publisher found it. Mark, God, I can't remember his name. Guy from Ohio. He illustrated it for me.
Cool.
Really good.
Is it Oprah approved?
It should be.
It should be.
It's not,
Oprah, if
yeah.
you're out there.
Let's get it on there.
If you send us a link to it, we'll post
I
it.
looked up fresh eggs on Amazon, and what pops up is the book called "What Makes a Baby."
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what it's about.
Yeah. Kelly did that.
I'm just happy that it was illustrated and not.
What is the book about?
It's about raising chickens.
Raising chickens.
Yeah.
Have you raised chickens?
Yes.
Okay. So you speak or you write about
I
your
speak
experience?
from experience.
Yeah.
It's
What's the hardest part about raising chickens?
Keep them alive.
having chickens. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Coyotes.
well,
and
The
this-
predators
and
for
stuff.
sure.
The
Yeah.
two things. One is winter when you have to, because mine were like, I've got a half-acre lot, so they're far from the house. So after you finish the driveway and doing the walkways, it's like, do I really want to do another 400
Oh, yeah,
yards
yeah.
to get to the chicken coop? And then winter, the stuff freezes. But we lost the last batch to predators, coyotes. And,
Well,
Well,
Hawks.
that was Crazy Carl. He had the camera in his
Oh, yeah.
backyard. Very urban. He lives like right
Yeah.
near the railroad station
Yeah.
or whatever, and
Right next to the rum line.
near the near the rum light, whatever. But he had the camera and he had the chickens, and like it was
Really?
a constant barrage of coyotes going through his thing there
Wow.
of trying to keep
They
the
can
coyotes.
jump. I've seen the video footage. It's incredible to see
The
what they go
chase,
through to get
that
to
the
the chickens.
videos he was posting with the coyotes chasing the chickens on it, and they're like going bananas.
Yeah.
It was life or death. So
Literally.
Think about this: when you mention somebody on a podcast, instead of visually watching this, and they're listening on Spotify or what's that other Alexa, but you say a name like Crazy Carl. We all know who Crazy Carl is, but to the viewership out there and the listenership, they just how do you explain a
I think
character like Crazy Carl?
more people would know Crazy Carl by Crazy Carl than Carl McKay.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. But I'm saying, how do you explain a character such as Crazy Carl to people that aren't from Gloucester? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How would you describe
The
Crazy Carl?
first word I would use would be crazy.
Crazy.
Okay.
How about a second word?
Carl.
Carl.
Yeah.
Went to Cornell too?
Yeah, that's where I got my master's. Yeah.
Brenda Grimes Davis says she has the book and it's great.
Oh, wow.
Wow, nice.
So there's a
So
good,
she was the one who bought it.
Thank
you.
Nice.
If you bring it to City Hall, he'll sign it.
Yeah. Can we get an autographed copy to give away as a prize next week?
I've got a few.
Do you have it in the basement?
I have a few in my basement.
Joey, hear that? Autographed copy by the mayor
I
of his book to give away next week as a prize.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
They should,
Nice.
I'm going to put a thing too.
Like
I
that
think that
chicken.
they should carry that at the bookstore of Gloucester.
They had it for a while, and
Sold
Now
out.
that you're the mayor,
sold
though,
out. Yeah.
now that you're the mayor, though, I bet you they'd want to have it.
They're waiting for the sequel. The one about the coyotes.
How to get rid of chickens.
Can we get people to chime in on how nice Joe's chest looks?
I
mean, look at
could
that.
use a whack. Hey, next to merit.
So you should show a little more.
Yeah. I mean, there's not too many podcasts you can watch where the host, is half naked.
Well, it's I wanted everybody to feel comfortable with my bathrobe and everything at my home. Actually, I can't say my home. Mine and Kate's home.
Our home.
Our home. Seawall construction underway from Chris McCarthy.
Yeah, I don't have the article. I just noticed that Cape Ann Marina, mile marker.
Yep.
Sounds like there's a bunch of renovations going on.
I went by there the other day, and they have, where they have the travel lift?
Yep.
Right along the parking lot where you would park to go, the closest parking lot to go to eat at the Aqua Room or the regular restaurant. Right along that wall, it looks like. So what they use there is probably something called sheet pile, and sheet pile are these long. They're probably about I would say 3 or 4 feet wide, and they have it's like a channel on one side of it. It's like a C, and then the other side it's more like the male side. So you drive this flat sheet. It probably goes 15 feet into the mud, where it's secure, wherever it hits resistance, and then they line up the next sheet in the line, and the female end will take the male end.
It's like tongue and groove. Yeah.
There you go. Thanks.
Yeah.
Great way to do it. And so
That's sexual that way to describe it. Yeah.
well, male and female, tongue and groove. Hey, tongue and groove. That could be more. I think that's a little more sexual than male and female.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So there's that. Hey, Russ is with us.
Hey, Russo.
Russ. Tomorrow's my first pickleball game.
Yeah. Russ always announces himself.
Yes,
like Russ is here. Like,
do you have the royal entrance music we could play for Russ?
Yeah.
Because he just joined us on the podcast.
yeah. For those of you who don't know Russ, we graduated with him in '85. Still a good friend of ours. Lives in Georgetown. We're trying to get him to Gloucester.
Legendary
You know any
baseball
good
coach.
A couple.
If I had my frugal horn,
Your frugal horn.
Frugal
Yeah.
horn.
I would have played.
Don't
Sorry,
be
Russ.
frugal. I called it frugal because he's very frugal
Oh, I see.
on when he plays it.
Wow, what my lawyer said.
There we go. So we have that, which is nice. Russ, predictions on this is I know it's not
Not
tennis.
Joe.
I know it's not tennis, and I know about the kitchen. I learned about the kitchen. You can't
Stay
go.
out of the
You
kitchen.
can't go in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That's a pickleball term for all you non-pickleball players.
So
no.
I don't know if you
Unless
know,
the
but
ball goes in the kitchen.
Joe was an all-star tennis player at Bishop Fenwick.
Yeah.
I was an all-star golfer.
We got all the ladies.
We had all the ladies.
Covered.
No one liked us.
Mm.
But what's funny is a lot of your friends who probably tease you about tennis are probably huge tennis players now. A lot of my friends who teased me about golf.
Right, the football guys, the baseball guys, they're all playing pickleball now.
Exactly.
Yeah, and all the jockeys were probably
Yeah, they're the ones who are overweight. Congratulations, Greg. Best wishes in steering Gloucester into the future.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank
Bob.
you for your service to our city.
Yeah, and we should mention this isn't your first go around in public politics. I mean, you have an extensive background, so you know how things work.
Yeah.
Which is not. It's how important do you think that is? Like, as far as, do you think it would be very difficult for some? So it's, I'll just say right for the record, I will never run.
Joe's running against you in 2024.
No.
He's making the announcement. Here we go.
Bring it on.
No. I would never, and I admire the people that do it. I don't have the patience to suffer the fools, like, or whatever. Do you think, like, so say someone like Chris or someone that's never run?
Yeah, just moved here 4 years ago.
Whatever, just
Cornell grad.
anyway,
Cornell grad.
and doesn't know the procedural way. How hard or how much of a learning curve do you think it would be for, especially for a mayor, to become a mayor without first having served on any of these, like, kind of boards or something like that? Do you think?
Yeah, I'm going through my I'm rewinding here all the way back to Alper, and all the mayors. I don't know what Alper's. If Alper's probably the exception because I don't think he was on the council. But everybody from, say, Dick Silveron had served somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we know Spathia and Toby and Carolyn Kirkwood, city council or school committee. So the answer is I think it'd be pretty difficult. It was obvious during the campaign where it was Spathia and myself who had experience, and then the four other guys, all great guys, and not picking on them, but they had zero experience, and it kind of showed when some of the things they would say they wanted to do. If you had been involved, you'd know that. Oh, that's not how it works.
Completely not. Yeah.
Not meaning that's not how things are done around here, but no, that's not legally how it can work.
Right.
So it would be hard, but I don't think it'd be impossible. If somebody really knew what they followed the things, watched meetings, went to meetings, they could pull it off. Because it's like I'm not walking in and everybody's fired, and I put my own cronies in there. It's still the same team of people for the most part that help pull you day by day. Because I've been away for 6 years, so it's kind of I'm trying to get back up to speed with what's going on.
So Frank Sclafani couldn't have implemented some of his ideas, is what you're saying?
Some of his ideas. Actually, one thing I do want to look at. He talked about the sewer plant and fertilizer, and sounded kind of out there, but there are places around the country that are not shipping their treated sewage because we'd spend tons of money just having a truck coming every day.
Really?
Not now, we send it out to the ocean, but
Right.
when we do that secondary plant that everybody's talking about,
Yeah.
then all that treated stuff has to get trucked out. But if we're making it into fertilizer, perhaps, or creating energy out of the methane, there's opportunities. So he wasn't totally off base.
I'm kidding. I enjoyed listening to him.
Yeah, but
you got to think outside the box sometimes.
Right, exactly. But there were some great ideas from him and Rob Russell and Brian and John Harvey. So
yeah.
But I do think if one of them had one, it wouldn't be like impossible, but it would take that learning curve would be harder.
Well, Joe would love some of the waste to see if it could rejuvenate.
It might help that raised bed out there. Yeah,
his raised bed.
Well, actually, you can do that when you're scooping up the poops at the dog park. Don't put them in the trash barrel. Put them over there.
That's what we do here. We help each other.
It's teamwork. There's no I in team.
That's right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it, and hopefully we can have you on. Once a week.
Once a week.
We got
16 shares.
16 shares. Okay, so we got to do the.
Pat, do we have a graphic we can throw up here for Joey real quick?
Here we go. This is a behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, here we go, Joe. You've been doing sit-ups,
the pole plunge,
or is Joe holding his breath there? That's what we want to know. Is he sucking in his belly?
I can show it right now.
No, please.
It was all for a good cause.
Let me see, Joe. Oh Jesus!
That was my first polar plunge. Gamber too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, even the side view.
I didn't ask for that one to be put up, Pat. I asked for the other one. I did not ask for that one.
The Bonza crew.
Yeah, that was his flotation device.
I got
He's not a big swimmer. He didn't know how he'd handle the water, so he.
Oh, you know what? Kathy McCarthy's with us, who organizes the Rocky Neck Plunge. And I asked her to get me a report on how much they collected. She didn't get me an official thing, but what she did tell me yesterday was the open door. So just to back up a little, pull a plunge at Rocky Neck, they collect for either cash or non-perishables.
That's key.
Non-perishables, and they bring it to the open door. And I thought because it was raining out that they would have very light. She told me yesterday that the van was absolutely jammed with
That's great.
with non-perishables and stuff.
Bravo.
So great job.
Thank you.
She says the truck was loaded. So thank you for everything you do, Kathy.
You see, he overlooked the other comment, the more
There's
important.
no help from McCarthy on that. No help whatsoever.
What other time?
Greg is multi-talented gentleman and will make a great mayor for the city of Gloucester.
Well, he also skipped on about his mother saying he was the captain of the tennis team.
Well, he does that. She was so proud of him.
Yeah.
You know, my mother is
She's still
the
proud.
greatest mom. She is. I don't know if anybody watches the Goldbergs. Like there's the 1985 mom of the child can't do anything wrong.
The coaches are still wrapped.
There's color, and they run. If something goes wrong, they like go sideways on the administrator, and their kids are perfect and everything.
Yeah,
my mother is
she's the best.
So God love her.
Even though she thinks I'm a wimp.
She did. I'm surprised she took you out like that.
I know.
Yeah, that was bad.
I remember that.
You know why it was her disappointment of not having your presence. That's what it was. It was.
I was.
She was venting because you weren't there.
I just couldn't do it.
All right.
Now, Mayor, is there a certain time of year that you would expect dog poop to be more abundant?
Well, I would think
20-minute, or do you have a certain location that you would like to see cleaned up that we can send Chris on
Good
assignment?
Harbor Footbridge.
Yeah, I think it'd be more fun to have him
Yeah.
because our dog died a year or so ago. So, but the most fun was picking it up in the summer when the grass was a little tall.
Yeah, you couldn't see it.
You know,
Okay, all
and
right, I
you
can
sort
see
of like,
that. Yep.
you know, it's getting all mixed. So that's the time. You have to hold this off till about June.
Do I have to pick it up with
I
my
think
bare
that we
hands?
should
No,
do. I
you
think we should.
just do that.
I think we should
Yeah.
have him at the base of the Good Harbor Footbridge, where so many people just leave it right there.
Oh, he can just be saying thank you, just take them.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
could-
Right.
we
Saying
could do.
and have a sign, dog poop pick.
Is there any
collection.
sort of uniform that
Collection.
you should wear?
Yeah.
The new dog poop collector.
We'll do it like the Bloody Mary contest. We'll announce it the week before, and everyone picks their dogs the next Saturday.
100%.
Ah, geez.
That's why we got Gambler here. That's why we have Gambler here. So we have two prizes.
2 prizes.
Okay, and I got everything loaded right
And
here.
you're going to choose between a t-shirt and the undies.
Bravo T-shirt or the whale tail from Joe Higgins Fish Impressions.
Fresh fish prints.
Fishimpressions.com.
Oh, that's
That's
the different
clever,
one.
yeah.
Joe Higgins' website, if you want to buy stuff from him, is fishimpressions.com.
Okay, excellent.
All right, here we go.
You say so.
First one is
Number
16, the last
16
person
is
to share.
Paula Ryan O'Brien.
Oh, if she's still watching.
Paula.
That's inside job. Inside. I want to see the list. All right, here we go. Number 2. Number 7.
7 is Annie Rochon.
Oh, she's
Annie
a-
Rochon, a
So-
multi-time winner.
Oh,
So-
undies.
Paula says
Paula
the
right off.
undies.
She wants to sniff them. No,
Oh.
Paula, these aren't the ones. These are not the ones that I wore yesterday, Paula. Just so you know, these are not the ones that I wore yesterday.
Yeah, you don't want the ones that
I'm
Joe
so
wore yesterday.
sorry to
Yeah, just
disappoint
once you
you.
hit that water.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so there's
We're available
There we
to
go.
help if you have a council meeting and it's not going so well. Just call.
Lighten it up.
We'll
Yeah.
come in
So there's
and we'll
that.
help you.
so there's
I
that.
want to thank
Okay,
Steve
so-
LeBlanc for pushing me from behind yesterday during the pole plunge, but publicly.
Stinky LeBlanc, he was psyched to be there too.
Gamba saw the whole thing happen.
Yeah.
It was an unfair playing field there on that one.
Here's a question for you, and not to put you on the spot, but if you and your bandmates are together and you felt like putting a little jingle together, outro, like the guys from Andy
Over the
Croce
Bridge
did,
and
Over
Andy
the Bridge
Croce.
did. We would love to have like a 15-second.
We're still waiting on
outro.
John Jerome. It's been like 3 months since John Jerome promised us one. So
I'm gonna put that on you to get him.
okay.
Does it have to have vocals and people saying "Good morning, Gloucester"? Or instrumental work?
Well, it kind of would have to say
Good
something
morning,
like,
Gloucester, at
yeah.
least, yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's
so
play
you
it
could
on the
record-
outro. He can get a feel for it on the outro.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
play it. We'll play the outro. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you, Mayor. And Kelly, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
You're a
you.
great guest. You're always welcome.
Thank
If
you.
you want to come with him, you added a lot to the
Come by
discussion
yourself
today.
too if you like.
Yeah.
Coffee.
You don't need
Please,
Greg.
please.
I'm gonna come for the coffee. The coffee
You can
is
give
great.
us the inside scoop on what's really happening behind the
Oh,
scenes.
it's Stinky LeBlanc said you're welcome, Scott. Yeah, so
Hey,
there
Steve.
you go. All right. Have a great day, everybody.
Little town with big news. 411, come get the scoop. Wake up with Joe and the rest of his crew. It's good morning, Gloucester, to you. Oh, it's good morning, Gloucester, to you. I say good morning, Gloucester, to you.